Welcome to the hurt. Passed along process when someone doesn't want to deal with you anymore. Someone doesn't want to deal with you anymore, what do? They call the police. When the police don't want to deal with you anymore, what do? They send you to the hospital. When the hospital doesn't want to deal with you anymore, they send you to the fucking coroner. Coroner doesn't want to deal with you anymore, they send you to the fucking gravesite, or they send you to the fucking little gas chamber. And they literally dust you off in ashes so they don't have to look at your fucking body anymore. So they don't have to even think that you were even alive anymore, that you were anything anymore. You become a fucking number. You're a process on a page. And that's it. It's time stamps and moments in which you were there. Proof. Proof of life in pain. Proof of life in pain. Hurt processes. Process of anger and grief and sadness and remorse. To feel sorry for oneself. The process of loss. To keep going through it. Over and over and over again until there's nothing left. Until you're empty. Until you have no more fight. The military do it. They call it a ability to strengthen you, to break you down, to change your processes, to change your habits, to change all of it so you can manage time. Either living for death, like your God. Wait for your God to wait to die. To live in the present, like an emergency room technician, like a firefighter, like a police officer. Be someone who has to manage something in the moment. Be someone who lives in the past. Anybody in structure and government and politics and all the rest. Because all your processes take years, if not months, to take care of. You're literally living in a past moment where you made one decision and it reverberates through the future. So you're all trying to control time through your structures. All trying to control time. It means that you want to convince us that time is real. When it doesn't exist. You never got old. You were never young. You were either awake or you weren't. You were either alive or you're not. There was no in between. Your kids understand. Just as an adult would. Because they can feel just like you can. They can see, they can hear, they can touch, they can taste, they can smell. Look at pictures of people from over 100 years ago when we first started taking pictures. Look at the kids. Look at their faces. Look at their mannerisms. Look at their bodies and how they're shaped. And look at old men and old women. They look exactly the same. Their expressions are extremely different from that of children of today. Because they did not experience enough of the real world and what it actually is. And that we're all animals. Eating of each other. Consuming each other. Instead, you make it this bright, pink, fluffy reality of bullshit that doesn't exist. Do I want to live in a hate-filled reality full of condemnation, anger, hate, frustration, all these things, all these territorial feelings? No, I do not. But do I accept the fact that majority of it is the reality that we subsist in? Yes, I do. You break everything down and you understand it from every single angle. You find that you're stuck. You are stuck here. And everything around you is trying to control you. It's trying to force a function of their own reality upon you. Constantly forcing a reality on you. Constantly forcing some sort of idea of an existence on you that doesn't exist. It's not real. That would never help you. That would only diminish you. The soul is real. But it's a programmable thing, just like your genetics. That's how we figured it out with science. How to program people's minds. How to control their body functions. It's kind of crazy because majority of you think that it was to help us, but it's never been. It's all to keep us in line and control us. Give us a time limit, a timestamp. Just like they put a part in your engine in a car, you know it's going to fail after a certain amount of miles. Same goes for a human being. When you manipulate its body, you understand that you've given it a timestamp. It's only going to last this long now. You've reduced someone's life just by operating on it. Just by tinkering with its insides. Tinkering with the bacteria, its flora, its natural function. And by doing so, you've changed the entirety of its ability. As some mental disorders and all the rest are not deterrents. They're not actual disorders. It's intelligence. It's proof of intelligence. Proof of feelings. Proof of actual interaction with the world. And how the world has interacted with that person, with that being. Its behavior is on that basis. And it's just like me. My abilities and everything else have to do with the way that the world has interacted with me over the years. I'm almost 34. But age? Do I feel 34 years old? Sometimes my body and everything on the inside feels infinite. Feels like it has no age. Like it's just been here forever. That I'm a part of a rift. Part of a rift that we call time. It's dragging me along. And since I've learned language and the ability to speak and communicate, this is what I have. A story to tell you, and that's it. All the rest, you don't care. I'm just a mouth to feed. Something vying for your attention. Asking to be validated, asking to be heard, asking to be understood. And you'll choose not to, because you're your own person, and I'm just another one. I'm not the one, I'm just another one. You never see me. Never see me. Thinking of me like a clone, like a battery, like a function on a keyboard, on a computer, a task monkey, a product, a name, a social security number, a head, a soldier, a messenger, a function. This is why I have this tattoo. Because you're all trying to kill us all the time. With any other possible way that you can. Nitpicking. Terrorizing. Because you have some sort of understanding of reality, and instead of communicating that, you terrorize the world with it. And you view that as a means of life. It has nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with happiness. It has to do with all your powers and your control. Having ultimate power, having ultimate control. Keeping me from moving to a position where I have the ability to control my own reality. Democracy. All for one, one for all, yet the popular vote doesn't win. Yet all the rest of it is just a power move, like a chessboard. And that's it. Check marks, yes, no. Vote. Let yourself be heard, so then they can control you later down the line, because they know what you think. They know what you want. They know what you need. So then they can force you to do things that you don't want to do. Things that other people need and want of you that have nothing to do with you. Because other people are needy and selfish and narcissists. On the means that they live in a bubble of the mind and nothing more. And I've matched you on your wavelength. You see how that works? That wavelength of frustration that we all understand. And I could be soft with you. It could be loving. It could be a million things. But none of those matter in a world that is in a constant deficit to itself. And instead of allowing things to happen and function organically, we have an entirely controlled and manifested reality. You got to go to school these years. You got to study like this. You have to go to college. You have to go get some sort of job this way. And this is what society needs. This is what you need. You get what you need after society gets all it needs. And that is the basis of all of you. Selfish. lacking any understanding of how other people think, feel, and understand the world. There's a reason why there's no major story about Native Americans, about natives of practically any culture. You will never understand their ways of life. You will never understand their ways of being. We will always stand on the outside, like vampires, suckling at things for a means of understanding rather than a means of life, a means of living. And if you could sell me some sort of pill to make this all better, then maybe I wouldn't hurt tomorrow. Maybe this idea of perception wouldn't exist, right? If you could sell me some sort of solution, some diet that might change this, if you could sell me some sort of idea of exercise that might make me change my perception of others, then maybe I won't feel this. All your solutions are another added burden, another task to be done, another way to appease, to seem like I'm a functioning person, because I'm not constantly functioning for the means of life. I'm consciously functioning on the means of achieving a goal. I'm sorry, I have no means for your problems because I have to move forward and do this. I have no means of doing that because guess what? I have to be here in 5 minutes. Existing as a cliff note and a message. Now my time is almost up. And all I ever wanted was just to be there with you. To truly be there with you. Not some means of determination. Not as a means of control or power or I just wanted to truly be there with you. That is my definition of love. So I guess I love you. At least for now.